build that. We've also got whole departments that are solely responsible for collecting data, compiling the data. So we have market share data that we look at. From that market share data, we're able to draw trend lines to say, here's where we think the market's going. So Gerard and I right now are frantically working on vendor landscape documents, as well as looking at the proliferation of the SaaS deployment model for service desk tools. That's something that everybody's aware of. And even in the past 10 days, looking at market data, we found some things that are fairly interesting, even a little shocking, and we're able to accurately say, here's where this market is going to be going. When vendors look at that, they're going to say, I'm not doing that. Maybe I need to be doing that.
So in some ways are you wagging the dog?
Yes, and it's not because that's our push to do it. It's because we're taking that collective of information and letting clients know, here's where the industry, the market, the trend is going. You can go that way, or you can do your own thing. We often hear people who everybody we talk to is unique and different, and they're doing it their own way.
Right.
And all we can say is, well, here's what the rest of the industry is doing, and that industry has grown X percentage. You can do it your own way, right, but we can't really say with any certainty what's going to happen to you.
Right. I think it's interesting your position around looking at the data and speaking with Gerard a few times. He explained to me a little bit about the number of clients that Gartner has and how that helps you guys just by understanding what their needs are and what types of questions they're asking. But it's really interesting when you start to think about. I mean, I was fortunate enough to read two of your white papers. One on service management community. I'll put a link into the show notes to that where you can get a hold of that. And one on socializing the service desk. I think those were authored by each of you. And some of that stuff was, a little predictive in there. But I felt that it was safe predictive. And I don't mean safe as in a bad way. People hear me say, oh, that's a safe bet. And I don't mean that in a way, but you really can't tell people drop everything you have and build a time machine either. How do you responsibly draw that line? Is it something you know inside, or do you have a committee you run it by? I mean, there's a fine line between being really helpful and forward thinking and being just psychotic.
Well, I think Gartner's done a great job in being more open. I can tell you, I've been with Gartner for 7 years now, and I remember when I started, there was just Gartner.com, and you could access a white paper, you could read it, and you could also set up a call with an analyst. In that time, though, I've seen that we've moved to being more open. We have a blog network. A lot of my colleagues blog within the Gartner network. There's a lot of analysts on Twitter.